striking that the group of people most concerned about 2020 seem to be paying least attention to the investigation.
That's Professor Charles Franklin, director of the Marquette Law School poll, discussing new results today that asked about the 2020 election investigation. According to that poll, Republicans are the least aware of Michael Gableman's investigation, 64% saying they had not heard enough about it.
That same poll shows that more people in general disapprove of the investigation than approve. According to the poll, of those who have heard about it, 13% approve of the Gableman investigation, 27% disapprove of it. And while the Gableman election investigation may get the flashy headlines, it is not the only investigation the legislature ordered.
While his probe will stretch now into the summer, a complete report considered the gold standard is already out. Political reporter Will Keneally joins us with more on how the now extended Gableman investigation fits into the context of the distrust of the 2020 election. Will?
Sorry, Eric and Susan, let's go back to early 2021. It was a few months after the presidential election and concerns about the results were still circulating. That prompted this meeting of the legislature's audit committee.
I hope this hearing today is informative and will get us on a good path.
At that committee's direction, a group of lawyers investigated how Wisconsin handled the election. This is a relatively normal process the legislature uses to investigate state issues and is held in high regard.
The gold standard Legislative Audit Bureau, which in my time here has been something that everybody has looked at and respected.
But at the same time,
at the option of decertification,
Speaker Robin Vos hired former Supreme Court Justice Michael Gableman to investigate too. So why tack on another investigation on top of the gold standard investigation? Or what, at least, is the difference between the two? The LAB has statutory requirements, a formal scope statement that they must stick to. They will also work with state agencies, like the Wisconsin Elections Commission, to produce their report.
In essence, it's our understanding that they get to stand in the shoes of the agency that they're auditing. And so that's why you'll see that they had unique statutory authority and access to things like our statewide voter registration database.
Their scope statement to look at how the Elections Commission and clerks complied with state law, how electronic voting equipment was used, and how election complaints were handled. In contrast, Gableman had a broad mandate to investigate any potential irregularities or illegalities connected to the 2020 November election. Additionally, both reports were supposed to be gathered in secret.
In any kind of sophisticated investigation, there are going to be times when information should not be shared in real time.
The LAB would not talk to the press as a rule. Gableman would occasionally make his case on conservative media, even going after officials like Wolf.
Black dress, white pearls. I've seen the show.
It wasn't the pearls this time. It was the little locket on the.
Was it gold by any chance?
It was actually.
Hillary Clinton.
The two investigations arrived at some of the same conclusions. The LAB made 30 recommendations to the Elections Commission to improve election administration.
We have been able to implement a lot of those recommendations fully already, and that's included in the report that we submitted to the legislature.
Gableman copied over the LAB recommendations and went a step further, adding recommendations for what he calls political accountability, like abolishing the WEC.
The Wisconsin Elections Commission, unfortunately, at best, is hopelessly incompetent.
So there's also a significant political upside to keeping the investigation going. In a new Marquette poll released today, Republicans who doubt the 2020 election results are 1.5 times more excited to turn out this year than those who are confident in the 2020 results. So a longer, more intense investigation could be an electoral benefit for Republicans.